Alright, hello everybody, welcome to iCommand, and today we're going to be looking at the finals from the January 22nd tournament on Vassal. Had 10 players playing in that event. It was really great. Free tournament. We're going to do another one in late February, it looks like. We're doing a poll right now on the Zion's Finest stock to see when that's going to be happening. But this was a free event. We had 10 players, and then we decided to do a cut to top 4. And so we have Josh playing against actually a newer player to the community, although I have heard he is not so much a newer player to Imperial Assault. Running Bear, who I believe also is known by Chris. So I'll be calling him Chris for this video, just to make it easier for myself. So Josh is playing Scum. He's got a Mandalorian list here, the Rising Phoenix. And by the way, this is recorded on Monday, January 31st, so there has been an announced change, rebalance for some cards, a few cards. Mandalorian included among them, so go check that out on the main IACP webpage. For sure. Also, Overwhelming Impact, and I think IG11's unique card got increased by 1 point each, and then there were a couple changes made to this Mandalorian. But definitely have seen him do really well in tournaments so far and league play. Josh actually played a Mando mirror match against Derek in the semifinals, beating out Derek's more defensive Mando MHD list with this more offensive Mando Bib Fortuna list. Actually, pretty similar to the list we saw Carson running as well as my list, but it looks like he's evolved or iterated a little further on Carson's list with HK47 including the Headhunter card, which is really awesome on HK47. It says basically it's an attachment, and it says when a hostile figure suffers strain during your activation, instead of the normal strain effect, they instead discard one command card at random from their hand. So pretty devastating because HK47 has the Mockery ability, which says once during your activation, you can choose a hostile figure in your line of sight. That figure suffers 1 strain. So pretty easy, simple, nice upgrade on what we usually see Headhunter being run on, which is Chopper. Because of course the opponent can just choose to never put a figure on their terminal and you never get to use it. But with HK47, as long as he can get line of sight to something, he can take a card out of the opponent's hand, which is really strong. And he is playing against, like we mentioned, Chris, who's playing Rebels. We haven't seen a lot of Rebels this season comparatively to Empire and Scum. They've definitely been out there, but a little bit quieter in performance. But Chris made it all the way to the finals here with this Rebel list. Pretty actually well established Rebel list. Or at least we've seen it before. I don't know if Chris took it from somewhere else or if this is just a convergent evolution situation, but we've got Han Solo with the Rogue Smuggler attachment from Heart of the Empire, and he is joined by Kotun from Season 6, as well as Cassian from Season 5, Jin Odan from Season 2, and then we've got Hera Syndulla, Vanilla FFG card, along with Vanilla FFG cards Gideon Argus, C-3PO, and R2-D2, and Heroic Effort. So this is a nice iteration on the Rebel Heroes archetype that was pretty popular during the Heart of the Empire and Tyrants of Lothal meta from FFG. Just with some new faces. We've got Kotun giving out power tokens and Cassian giving out power tokens. Kotun augmenting those power tokens a little further, so they remove dodges, which might not be too relevant here unless he is attacking Greedo or Jawa. But they also give a reroll when any of the friendly figures near Kotun spends a power token, and friendly figures can spend other friendly figures' power tokens while attacking if they're within range 3. So that's really powerful token sharing ability that Kotun brings. So let's look at, we're playing Spoils of Crime. So this is a mission on Jabba's Palace where figures can spend an action to pick up a crate, and at the end of each round, each crate they're carrying is worth 2 VPs. And also, the crates slow you down by reducing your speed and taking away your movement points. All right, let's jump into the game. It looks like Chris got initiative here, so he took the red deployment zone. I think I've talked on this channel about why the red deployment zone is so good on this map, but basically that black wall there on the left of the terminal, I don't know if you can see my mouse here, is this black wall is really good at blocking line of sight from the opponent in the maze area. and it's much easier to move over here and get line of sight into the opponent's terminal area than it is vice versa. Also, you have better access to the objectives here in the on the top area, so just all around better deployment zone for sure. So um, Chris using his initiative to take that better zone. And now we've got Hera's smooth landing. Nice combination here of Gideon Argus, C-3PO, R2-D2, and Hera. Very commonly referred to amongst the pro, awesome, very smart players in the community as Rebel landing gear. Pretty sure it's always been called that. And now we can see he's going to be activating Strike Team here with Cassian, which is a after deployment ability. He and an adjacent friendly figure can move 2 spaces, and then each figure outside of the deployment zone gets 1 damage power token, limit to 4 figures. So giving damage power tokens to Han, Jin Odon, Kotun, and Cassian. And then Cassian's ability, or excuse me, Kotun's ability gives out a power token, any type of power token, once per round and after deployment. So it looks like gonna give. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna give Han Solo an evade token. Now this is good because Han Solo has the cunning ability, which is while he's defending, for each evade added to the result, either by dice or by token or whatever, by distracting from 3PO, he gets an extra block. And Jin Odon has the same ability, so I imagine that when Kotun goes to activate, she's going to give an evade token to Jin Odon as well. And you can see he's got Han and Jin standing right next to 3PO, so when Chris opens his door, he's going to have this really strong defensive barrier here of smugglers protecting him, protecting his other figures from line of sight. Alright, so it looks like Chris activating R2 to draw a card. And let's see, I'm going to pull these over here so I can actually see. And then it looks like Josh activating Jabba. I'm going to focus Mando, who's hiding under the child there. Interesting note here, so with the previous wording of Clan of Two before today's update, you could not deploy the child on top of the Mandalorian like that. It had to be in an adjacent space, and we found out that companions can't actually use the same space to reference being in an adjacent space. It's very confusing, but with the update today that came out, we have fixed this issue with Clan of Two. Okay, so it looks like planning is being played here by, so we had 3PO Focus Han. Oh, so Josh is playing planning with Bib Fortuna. So I'm going to draw 2 there. So yeah, with Clan of Two, we fixed this issue. So now it says your space or an adjacent space, so players can play the card the way it looks like it should be able to be played. Alright, so it looks like we've got Kotun moving down to the terminal, and that spot is actually pretty important. So that space where Kotun has moved, if you go any further than that, the opponent in the blue deployment zone can pretty easily shoot your figure from the terminal, from their terminal area. However, as long as you stay where Kotun's current space is or higher, the opponent in the blue side can't shoot you unless they move past this black wall on the left, this 2-space black wall that's down and to the left of the 2-space red wall. They'd have to come past that spot to get a shot on you from there. Something else that's really important about that spot, if you're playing Greedo, is if you put Greedo where Kotun is, the opponent cannot shoot you, and same for anything like Han, any kind of return fire figure. If they're standing where Kotun is, then they cannot be shot from any space that can't be shot back at. So that's really important for like Migs Mayfeld or Han Solo if you wanted to put them down there. It's a really strong spot where you give, that's the only target they can really shoot at, and then if they shoot at that target, you get to return fire. So just something there to remember for the red deployment zone. So right now, none of Josh's figures can get down far enough with a single move action to actually shoot at Kotun. So that's basically what that means. All right, so Josh activating the regular Jawa, gonna move up, open the door, and jump down into the Rancor Pit taking a strain to do so. This mission is interesting compared to the other Jabba's Palace mission, where jumping into the Rancor Pit is like really good immediately. Khotun. Oh, Khotun didn't even activate. She looks like she got moved by Gideon, so now she can still activate. So here she can move, pick up the crate, and move back. So that was really good. So now she's still in that really safe spot, and she's got a crate that's going to score Chris some VPs this round. So really good turn 0 here play by Chris, playing as rebels. That's really strong. You can tell he put some thought into his round 1 plays here. Now, I was going to say it's interesting on this map compared to New Ownership, because in New Ownership you can jump down into the Rancor Pit and immediately you're controlling an objective. But on this one, you jump down into the Rancor Pit and you're just setting up for getting the objectives next turn. So it's really doesn't feel like as strong of a play to take that area. And if you're the opponent, you might feel like you have more time to respond, because if the opponent goes down in there and starts picking up crates, you can react a turn late and jump down in there and then shoot them and punish them for picking up crates here. So nice move here. Looks like Han, so Hera activated for Chris, and then we had Greedo move down to the terminal for Josh. And now it looks like we've got Han activating. Gonna open the door with his first action, and now it looks like he's gonna take a shot at, I'm gonna assume he's gonna shoot at HK-47, because then Jin Odon's gonna be able to pin HK-47 with what is it called, hair trigger. So let's see what the attack looks like. Oh, are we having Get Behind Me played by Mando? Nice, that was a good play. So Mando's gonna take the shot for HK, and that means that Han's gonna have to eat a return fire. Although then, of course, Mando's gonna eat a return fire back. Okay, so tools for the job is played on this attack. So just adding 1 damage. If you ask me what the weakest hunter card is, I might actually say tools, just because it's so random. He did spend a power token, so he gets 2 rerolls. Oh no, Khotun's not nearby, but he does have Hera. I imagine he's going to want to save Hera for the return fire from Han after he gets hit by protective fire. So he's going to reroll. So that's nice. So I guess it's good with Han when you have a reroll. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 10 damage going into Mando here. He does have range, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. And he's got 8 on the dice, so surge for an accuracy. He doesn't have Onar nearby. I could have added a evade. So let's see. Yep, there goes the damage. So 10 damage to Mando from 1 Han attack. That's pretty impressive. And now I think we're going to see a return fire, a protective fire from Mando, who is going to play tools. Maybe to add a blue. Mando's range is not that good, although he is focused. So Han gets distracting for an evade, which then adds another block. Looks like he's going to spend an evade here. So Han getting +2 block, +2 evade. This is exactly how you want to play Han. Like, this is how you play a Han that takes no damage ever, even if you don't have On the Lam in your hand. This is really good Han play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we added a green. Yeah, because that would be focus, and then tools for a green. This is a long shot for Mando. 1, 2, 3. What did we say it was? Range 8? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5. He's got 8 accuracy on the dice. He's going to have to re-roll one of the greens. Probably that 1 accuracy green. Oh, he doesn't get it. He missed. Because he doesn't have surges. Yeah, I think maybe adding a blue. Because he rolled good accuracy on his dice. Probably needed a blue there. So that's going to miss. And now Han can use return fire, which is a long shot, but he does have Hera. So Let's see, reroll maybe the blue. Yeah, he's gonna reroll the blue. Oh, he's got natural accuracy there. Now he could add a damage with Hera. Oh, that's a dead Mando. Ooh, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 damage. Oh, he didn't use force exhaustion. Oh man, Josh didn't use force exhaustion there. I think that would have been the play. That is big for Chris. But I mean, honestly, that was played to perfection. Alright, so now we've got HK47 going to strip a card out of Chris's hand with Headhunter. So there goes Heart of Freedom. And this is the card being used for that. I guess I can't actually pull that out. Let's see, maybe I can pull it out here. Oh, this is Empire. There we go, Headhunter. So there's the card that did that. And then with HK47's Mockery ability. So really nice combo there, very strong. Okay, so HK47 going to move down. Interesting that I see used Hera. So Chris used Hera on that second Han attack. So that would explain why he's not doing hair trigger here maybe. He doesn't want to spend the focus because he doesn't have Hera to give him the accuracy he'll need to make that range 8 shot. Okay, so I'm guessing he's shooting at Han here. Otherwise, oh, but Jin doesn't have a token. So this is a focus HK shot. +1 damage means that Chris chose to take that instead of bleed for query, which is HK47's other ability. It's a little much like Hondo. When HK47 attacks, the defender chooses either to take +1 damage or to take a bleed. So it looks like Chris did not want to take a bleed there. So Cunning, okay, this is at Han. So Cunning, adding another block for that extra evade that was rolled, and then getting an extra block for 3PO's evade. So it looks like, oh, no damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should be doing 6 damage. Oh, gonna discard Urgency for Bib, it looks like, so 9 damage. That makes sense. 7? Oh, right, 7. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it was 6, now doing 7. Alright, so Jin gonna activate here. Gonna come up, take a shot at... So spending a power token. I'm guessing shooting at HK47. Oh, we just had a once per round used on... Oh yeah, he's shooting at HK47. It looks like Onar gonna add an evade there, so that's gonna prevent the stun and the surge for +2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still doing 5 damage, is pretty good. Ooh, X Protection gonna be played by Onar. That's gonna let him move 2 spaces and perform an attack, since HK47 was nearby and took 3 or more damage. Looks like he's going for Han. I think that makes sense. Not sure about the placement there, because you're adding an accuracy. He has to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you moved 1 space down, he could attack at range 4, but now he's attacking at range 5. Excuse me. There we go. Does get the range. Surge is obviously not going to matter here. I think this might be a dead Han. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 damage? No, not quite. Let's see, he has Assassinate. Oh, he has it. Nice. So that's a dead Han. So Josh evens up the score. Lost Mando there, but he manages to take down Han with some pretty good dice rolls and some good target priority. Alright, I think that's going to be the end of the round. Oh no, we have Cassian still. So final activation is going to be to Cassian. He's going to move down and take a shot at Onar, it looks like, spending a power token. Going to re-roll, gets the same result, so it's going to be 5-7 damage. Not sure why I only did 5 there. Looks like he has a surge and he's not weakened. Oh well. Alright. So Chris is going to get 2 VPs from the stash he picked up. And Josh revealing primary target with Black Market off the top of his deck for the end of round effect. So he can either pay 1 VP to put it into his hand, he can discard it to gain 1 VP, or he can put it on top of his deck. He's going to pay 1 VP to grab it. Currently, I think it would only be usable on Khotun. She's cost 7. But always good to have an extra card in your hand, especially when you have Bib. So initiative passes to Josh. Going to activate Onar. He's going to rush Jin. So that's going to push her 1 space and deal 1 damage to both of them. It looks like he's attacking, and I think Jin is going to play on the lamb here. So moves behind that wall out of Onar's line of sight. And now Cassian going to activate. Looks like he's going to attack HK here. I'm curious about the activation priority there. I feel like if Josh had activated HK47, he could have gotten another card out of a random card out of Chris's hand, which could have been on the lamb. So might be an unfortunate case there. Cassian got a good roll. 5, 6, surge for +2. That's 6 damage. I think that kills HK47. Yep. Oh no, he's got get down. We forgot about that. That's gonna save HK47. Very nice. And now, let's see. So that's good. I would imagine he'd want to activate HK here. Well, okay. So no, because so this is smart. If he activates HK, then he'll get hair triggered by Jin Odan. So Josh does not want to activate hair trigger at this point. Let's see. So he's going to use Jabba's order hit. So he spends 2 VPs and he's going to get an attack with HK47. And then HK will get to move 2 spaces to get out of Jin Odan's line of sight. So the bleed there is from the query. So Jin Odan decides to take bleed instead of +1 damage. Blanks out with the white dice. So that's going to do 5. And now he gets to move 2 spaces. He's not out of danger. I mean, he's only got 2 health left, so he could die to Hera. But at least Chris will have to use an attack here to actually get him. An activation. Yeah, that's going to kill HK, unfortunately. And maybe, I said he should have activated HK47 before Onar, but perhaps he was trying to play around Jin Odan's, well, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look, because Jin Odan wasn't there to start with. She was up higher. So maybe, oh, you know what? He was probably worried about, I think what he was playing around was Jin Odan, hair trigger, attack HK47, stun him, and then use her other ability, which is Sidewinder, to move out of his line of sight, and then he wouldn't get to do his thing, although he still would have taken a card out of her hand by just simply removing the stun, moving up to get line of sight, and then using Mockery plus Headhunter. So I don't know. He could have still gotten on the lamb out of Chris's hand there. Definitely debatable. Always different options and different priorities that players have, and it's hard to always see like which one's the correct answer because you're playing around different things and trying to prioritize certain things from happening. So that looked like a hair trigger on... maybe not. Okay. Jinodon has not activated. Oh, she has activated. So I think this is Jinodon's activation. Gonna kill Bib Fortuna. So that's gonna take an important tool away from Josh's arsenal of illicit arms. Josh gonna activate the Jawa. Gonna take that crate. So now he's gonna be getting 2 VPs unless Chris sends someone down there to take care of that Jawa. Important to remember, Khotun has only 2 speed now because she's holding that crate. Alright, so this looks like a hair trigger on Greedo. Not going to get a surge for any kind of stun. Greedo going to move up and put himself behind the wall, so now Jin does not have line of sight to Greedo. Greedo can just attack her freely and doesn't have to get hit by slow on the draw. So nice positioning there by Josh. Unfortunately, a good roll for Jin. Only 2 damage going to go through. Oh, that's going to kill her though. She's only got 8 health. So Josh picking up the kill, gets an extra VP from Jabba. Alright, so Khotun, activate. Oh, but it gets a dodge. But Khotun does get to use Dead Precise on her own attacks now, so that dodge is getting cancelled by Dead Precise. It looks like she spent a power token off of Cassian, though, which is interesting. Alright, so Greedo died there, and now he's going to use Parting Shot. So when he's defeated, when he takes damage equal to his health, he gets to perform an attack before he's defeated. Triple block for Cassian as a defender, it looks like. Spent a evade power token as well. I think that stops the whole attack, unfortunately. So 0 damage from Greedo's Parting Shot. And cards are disappearing, so I think that might be a concession from Josh, because he's down to just Onar and Jabba. And Chris still has most of his attackers with no damage on them. So yeah, that looks like the game. Wow, that was a really good play. I think both sides had some really good plays there. Some good positioning. That exchange across the throne room between Mando and Han was quite the sight. And I think it just didn't quite work out for Josh, and he wasn't able to come back from that. Even though he was able to kill Han after that happened, I think losing Mando for no value there was really big. And I think that goes to show that you really, unless you can take out Mando quickly somehow, I think that game might have been very different if Mando had been allowed to run rampant. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. That was the finals. Appreciate everybody who played. Thanks to Josh and Chris for playing in the tournament and sending us game logs so we can all learn from their plays. And hope you guys enjoyed watching, and we'll catch you later.